welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. I'm in a great mood, the sun is out, the sky is blue. Today the weather's going to be excellent. It was pretty good yesterday, and tomorrow we are going to have a heat wave apparently, so yay!
Having a heat wave here. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave.
I do love the summer, and I hate it when the summer's crap. Last year we had the most amazing summer in London, and I was hoping we'd get the same, but it's not really materialised yet. But maybe it's starting to get a bit warmer. So when the weather's warm and the sky is blue and the sun is out, I like to wear something that reflects that. And although Cedrat Boise is an all year round fragrance, I think it particularly shines when the weather's nice. I was in two minds as to whether to do a review of Cedrat Boise, because obviously there's so much out there about it. You know, there's countless YouTube videos about it, there's countless articles, there's countless, there's tons of chatter about Cedrat Boise. So I thought maybe not, but then kind of looking at what we try to do with Questioning Sense is, it's a channel where me and Rich get to talk about our favourite scents, our least favourite scents, scents we've blind bought, scents that we've had good experiences with and bad. So I wear Cedrat quite a lot, so I thought, well, it's only fair to what we're trying to do that I do kind of do a review of it. Now, Cedrat Boise means in French wooded citron, I believe. Now, not the car, because that would be ridiculous, but obviously citron or citrus or citra, I don't know. Anyone out there that can speak French a lot better than I can, please help. So anyway, back to the review. This is a 2011 release from Mancera. The nose behind it, I would assume to be Pierre Montel, as he's kind of the guy behind all of it. Quite a simple note listing. We have bergamot, we have jasmine, we have sandalwood, we have cedarwood, we have bergamot, we have lemon, and we have blackcurrant. And I think the problem we have with Cedrat Boise is it gets dragged into the whole Aventus debate all the time. And it's often mentioned as a clone of Aventus. I don't think it is at all. There are certainly similar notes, and it does kind of play, at times during its life cycle, it can remind you of Aventus, but I don't think it's an Aventus clone at all. I think it's very, very much its own fragrance, and it's one I really enjoy. So, first and foremost, how did I get into Cedrat Boise? Well, it was not the simplest purchase of a fragrance that I've ever been involved with. I tried it first in Selfridges a good while ago and had it sprayed on skin alongside a lot of other scents. It was one of those days when I went to try a few fragrances, and this was kind of like a byproduct of that test. I wasn't that sold on it. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I've read so much about it, I was expecting to be blown away, and I wasn't, so I kind of put it to the back burner. A few months later I tried it again, and I kind of liked it a lot more, but it wasn't a love at all, so I kind of steered clear of it. And then one day I was kind of perusing the Tino, and they had one of their stupid sales on. Well, great for us, but stupid for them. And all the Mancera range were really dropped in value in price, so I got Cedrat Boise for a really good price, and it was a really good move to for me to buy it, because I think when you're just testing something here and there, you never really get to fully appreciate it, and you don't really get to understand how what the scent is, what the fragrance is like to live with. So when it arrived, I sprayed it quite liberally, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent. The performance was great. The smell was really good. And I've been wearing it a lot ever since, especially when it gets warmer. I don't know, it just seems to shine in the sun. So, as I say, it came out in 2011. On the Aventus comparison, before we go any further with this, I think it kind of reminds me a little bit more of a much better version of Dior Sauvage. Now, this is a lot older than Sauvage. I think Sauvage came out in 2015. So I wonder if this had anything to do with how Dior Sauvage was formulated. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, well, let's give it a spray. Always a treat. And let's see what we get in the opening. Well, first and foremost, you've got the blast of fruit as this opens. You've got the blackcurrant, you've got the lemon, you've got the bergamot, and it's just sweet and it's sharp. and I love the definition in the opening. One of my favourite things in all fragrances is when you've got defined notes, and I think with the opening of Cedrat Boise you get very good definition, and it's lovely. It's a real mood enhancer. You know, this combined with sunshine, it just, I don't know, it puts me in a wonderful place. I really enjoy it. The opening kind of goes on for quite a while. You've got this really sweet citrusy opening for about 40 minutes on my skin anyway. And then the woods start coming into play and it gets a little creamy. I don't know where the cream's coming from. It must be from the sandalwood, I think. And that kind of flows nicely. Then it starts to get a little smoky. I wouldn't say it's smoky as some of the batches of Aventus, or it's certainly not as smoky as something like Club de Nuit. It is quite a nice smoky scent, but the smoke is not overpowering. It's just there to complement. It doesn't take it over, which is good. And then throughout its very long life, it then becomes a lot more woodsy, and it's quite masculine. I think, you know, it is. All the Manceras seem to be labelled as unisex scents, and I would say that they pretty much are. But this one, to me, it leans more masculine. I think, again, you know, a woman can wear it quite happily, and I think it would smell enchanting on her. But to me, it is quite a masculine scent. Really good lifespan. I get a good 8 hours out of this. And I know there's quite a lot of talk online about how it has not been performing as it should. I don't know. This is about, I don't know, 6-7 months old maybe. And I think the performance on this is stellar. I haven't got a Mancera with bad performance yet, to be honest. So, you know, maybe there's a bit of brand bias in there. I'm not entirely sure. But the performance on this for me is really good. It's not beast mode, certainly not. But it projects really well for the first couple of hours, certainly. Maybe 3 hours. And then it kind of becomes more than a skin scent, but it does kind of draw, you know, coming quite close, to be fair. It's not very loud after the first sort of 3 hours, but it does perform very well. The other thing I have to mention with Cedrat is it gets compliments like nothing else I own.
Give me compliments. I said, give me compliments. Bitte schnell.
And that's, I mean, it smells nice, so I can understand why people do compliment it. But even, you know, the first day I wore it properly, I got a wonderful compliment from a bus driver, can you believe? Who, she asked me, wow, you smell really fresh, what are you wearing? So I told her, lovely. And then a good few hours after that, I finished work, I was on my way home to meet some friends in the pub for a quick drink after work. And I bumped into some friends. One of the friends had a friend with them that I don't know, and she sort of said, "Oh wow, you smell amazing." And I thought that this had dropped off at that point. So yeah, it was still, you know, still very smellable, if that is a word. People could definitely smell it on me all that time later. So it was still, you know, it still had some presence there, which I didn't expect it to have. So yeah, really good on that front. And it is a compliment magnet. So if you're looking for something that's going to get compliments, then go for it. Presentation wise, like all the Manceras, it comes in one of these little bags. It's a nice touch. Good solid bottle, 120 mils. I love the lids on these, they're so good. Screw top cap. There's not a great deal to say about it, to be honest. It's completely functional, really good to wear, smells great, lasts for ages. I don't know what else you would want from a fragrance, to be honest. Maybe it's not that exciting, but I think it is. You know, for me, I love wearing it. It cheers me up. The notes are really good. I love the sharp definition of the opening. It is quite sweet, maybe a little bit too sweet for some people. Slightly smoky in places, woodsy, perfect really. And smells good in the air. It does project really well. Sillage is great. I don't know what else to say, to be honest. And I certainly can't say anything that hasn't already been said. So from my perspective, can you blind buy it? Yes, you can all day long. Blind buy. Look out for deals because it is highly discounted. Don't worry about the 60 mil. Look at the 120 mil because once you've got it, you will wear it a lot and you will burn through it. This is one of the few bottles I've got that I actually think I'm going to finish. So I'll probably be looking to get another one at some point when another deal comes up. So never pay full retail, not for these anyway. And good luck with it. Enjoy it, buy it, and have some fun. See you next time. Thanks very much for your time. Bye!